All right, hello, wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and this is Amici Imports in the store. And Julie's, she's helped us out with a tasting down at the Four Seasons, the Edge Restaurant, with her wines from Livorno and Casovento, and really good stuff. I'd have to say the people really enjoyed these wines, especially that sparkling Sangiovese, man. That was just delicious. Method Champenoise, sparkling Sangiovese from Tuscany. Man, just when you think you have seen everything in the wine business, someone throws something like that at you. Well, these were kind of like their entry-level wines in this portfolio. In addition to the estate wines that they do have, Livorno and Casovento, they have some other wines to round out the portfolio. These guys are importers and distributors in this market, so they got to do everything themselves. They do quite a bit of business with the casinos. So those of you that like to throw down the dice or play cards, you may have seen some of these wines in some of your favorite gambling establishments. The first one, the Gusali Barreto. This wine is from Franciacorta. Satan? I don't know. Satin, I'm sorry. I think that's what the name is. Anyways, this is the oldest privately held company in Italy. Note of fresh bread dough here, some green apple and pear fruits with flinty minerally notes. 100% Chardonnay in this Method Champenoise wine. Lovely, smooth, and creamy mousse with a nice development complexity. Really nice freshness to this wine, that green apple fruit, and that flinty minerally note showing all the way to the end. A very good bottle of Franciacorta, which is the best sparkling wine producing area in Italy, for $28.50. And then we had the Brut Millesimato, which I liked a little better. This wine was bottle aged for at least 36 months, 100% Chardonnay also, 78 grams of residual sugar, so a little bit more sweetness in this wine as well. Nice and complex bouquet here with the almond and some flinty notes there. You really notice the development, what's what happens when that wine sits entourage with the yeast cell for 3 years. And only 60,000 bottles produced, so not a big production here. Nice richness on the tongue, but with good acidity, a little honeyed character to this wine. Nice freshness, that smooth, creamy mousse, and a healthy dose of minerality on the finish. Excellent juice, and this wine's cheaper. I love it when I like the cheaper wines better. Okay, it doesn't happen very often. All right, Orlando, Cantucci, Ponano, Odroni, Trebbiano d'Abruzzo. I'm sorry, it's Orlando Cantucci, Ponano, Adrio. There's so many names in some of these Italian wines. I don't get why they just can't call it Trebbiano d'Abruzzo. And what does Adrio mean? Well, you know, this is another one of these things. The Italians like to put fantasy names on the bottle. But this one was pretty good, but, you know, pretty much what you get from Trebbiano, which is a peasant grape. Pear and apple fruit, a hint of whetstone, really fresh and clean bouquet. Short and pleasant finish for $13.50, and we're not expecting much. All right, Gusali Berta, the Spoveri, Dolce, Curta Franca. What the heck does all that stuff mean? And Julie didn't know what some of these words meant on the label anyways, but this is the DOC. Curta Franca is the DOC for still Franciacorta. You learn something new every day. An unoaked Chardonnay from Lombardy. A very distinct mineral and floral note to the bouquet here. Pear and apple, geranium-like flower notes. Really pretty here. Nice amount of ripe fruit on the palate. Tangerine, citrus, and chalky minerally notes. Really clean. Some of that white floral note showing through on the finish. Very good wine, actually, for $15. All right. Corleano Bianco Toscani al Emida. Okay, and this is a Tuscan white wine. Very small company near Florence. Procano, Malvasia, all stainless steel. Most people have never heard of that Procano Canico wine, but those are two grape varietals that make up this wine. Really fresh and fruity bouquet with nice floral notes showing, a little honey, kind of peach and melon there. A little bit short for me. Had some ginger and tangerine notes on the finish. A good little wine for $13.50. Famiglia Marrone, Barbera. I love Barbera. This is a stainless version, so really light and fresh and really simple, but pretty good for $12.50. Then the Livorno Divinità Toscano Rosso from Murata and Chianti. And this is second run juice for the Janus, which is 100% Cabernet. This is a good little wine for $9.75. Some dark currant and plum fruit on the nose with some black earth. A good amount of dark cherry fruit showing. Soft and round tannins. You know, this could be the pressings from this wine. She said it was the second run juice. Well, usually the first run juice, you press the grapes, and that goes into the good wine. And then they press them really hard, and they get what's called the pressings out. And that could be what this wine contained. Julie didn't really know, but for $9.75, a good little bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. All right, the Corleano Rosso Toscana Almeida. This is the second entry. This is the entry-level wine for Corleano, mostly Sangiovese, a little Alicante Boucher, very dark grape varietal, one of the few that actually has red juice inside of it. And Merlot, good amount of that red cherry and plum fruit on the nose with a healthy dose of fresh earth button mushrooms and dried meats. Soft and easy drinking wine with that nice red berry fruit showing through on the finish. Some dried herbs and earth, a good little drinker for $13.50. Corigliano Brunello de Montalcino. Hey, everybody loves a good Brunello. 100% Sangiovese. This wine was the value of the day in this tasting, man, for $28.50. A very good little Brunello. And you know what? There's only like 280 producers in Brunello. Everybody in this area in Montalcino makes very good wines. There's no dogs in the bunch, really. Typical Brunello bouquet with dark tar and dried floral notes and the wild strawberry fruit and wild herbs. Kind of nice complexity here for an entry-level Brunello. Really classic style Brunello on the palate. Some red licorice spice, dried herbs and floral notes showing through on the finish. Light and tangy acidity. Some dry tannins coming on the finish, but pretty approachable stuff for a 2007. A very good value at $28.50 again. Corigliano Rosso Toscana Celsius. And this is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Sangiovese, a super Tuscan in equal parts, pretty much. This wine spends 18 months in French oak, so you get a little bit of that nice toasty oak aroma in there, some fresh earth and barnyard notes as well, some Merlot, some underbrush, some dark cherry, some black truffle notes, very meaty, kind of leathery notes also showing up, a good amount of that dark plum and cherry fruit on the palate, some dry tannins coming through on the finish, echoing that nuance from the spice. A very good wine at $34.50. I like the Brunello a little better, especially when you look at the price. And then the Orlando Contucci, Pono, La Reggi, Specula, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. A lot of names here. Not a lot of wine in the glasses. Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, kind of a peasant wine, kind of rustic wine on the nose, dried meats, dark spices, soy, black pepper, dark earth showing through on the palate here. Some bitter tannins on the finish. A good wine, but for $15. The Brunello, the real star in this lineup. That's what I had to drink with the folks from Amici Imports. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.